All right, Credible Leadership, Module 3, Week 3, Liberty Online, submitted by Michael Bailey. The assignment is are as follows. Why do you think it is so hard for people to trust others, particular leaders? Under the best circumstance, how long does it take for people to trust new leaders? And what are the variables that you have seen from my own experience that make trusting that leader shorter or longer? The assignment is particularly to focus on issues of spiritual leader, trust in human leaders as it play its role in building God's kingdom for an eternal purpose. So I'm going right into the questions. I've decided to answer this in bullet form, paragraph form, and social media form. And this is the social media form that I decided to address the issues. Why do you think it's so hard for people to trust others, particular leaders? Lack of evidence of good character while serving in the role of spiritual authority. Credibility from pastors, deacons, youth pastors, etc. No evidence of leading with biblical principles to guide them through, to guide whoever needs to be guided at that particular point of need. I think the text refers it to clarity of direction. Next, put a lack of competency on spiritual issues in the time of crisis for the follower. Consistent behavior in all spiritual, Christian and non-Christian settings. A sense of carrying themselves in a spirit of their own authentic self. Just being real to themselves without putting on this show that may display who they may or may not be. Then it goes on to the summary. I'm not going to read all the summary, but it is there as a part of this presentation. Trust is the foundation of all relationships, and this next paragraph is going that really goes into depth to talk about why trust is so important, and typically what happens when someone that's not a Christian, trust is broken, and the results of that. Under the best circumstance, how long does it take for people to trust new leaders? I think it's situational. It could be instant. However, though, if it's instant, in my opinion, based on the reading, I think it's typically that the stakeholders, and I call them stakeholders, the followers are stakeholders, typically has vested or vetted the incoming leader already, whether it's on a prior job or pastor of a prior church, or where that pastor or that leader has done a good job somewhere else and coming into their environment, the stakeholders typically has vetted them already to know that they did a good job over there, typically may be likely that they may do a good job at their place. So bullet 1 is situational, bullet 2 is it could be instant. Social media is here. The summary of the paragraph of that second question. From my reading from the book, Being a Leader, I concluded that building trust in new leaders will take as long as the leaders or followers allow it to take. In my mind, the stakeholders must vet them with whatever text, must vet them with the text actually describes it as having 8 ingredients. That those 8 ingredients are as follows: character, competency, clarity and direction, communication, conviction, courage, care, and compassion. Those things are really, really important in order to at least have the right stuff to be a good and effective leader. What are the variables that I've seen in my personal experience that have shortened along the term? Consistent behavior, makes an unclear direction and vision, inability to communicate with vision to the masses. Consistent, so those things are make it longer. The things that makes it shorter are consistent behavior. Almost the exact opposite of those three. Very clear direction and vision, and the ability to rally the masses in a direction with measurable outcome. Summary for the paragraph, in paragraph form. Per my experience, I have noticed that a leader can increase or decrease the amount of time it takes to establish what I call street creds that would encourage followers to follow or not. The aforementioned bullets are, in my opinion, factors either way. Thank you, and that concludes the summary of my submission for week 3, Credible Leader.